Hello and welcome to my Elite Dangerous, the day-to-day grind, prime time grind all the time. And we're at 10.142. We bring you a video every 50 million increment. So we're about to cross over to that 10.15, and I just take you along with me on the grind. You get to see the ins and outs. We talk about what's being said about fleet carriers and space legs and planetary personal bases and landing on atmosphere planets. That's all of the content that I've heard about so far this year. That's coming. The latter, the space legs, planetary personal bases, and landing on atmosphere planets, supposed to be out in December of 2020, or 3306 if you prefer. And it will be a DLC just like Horizon, so it will cost you real money instead of just credits. Like I said, not just credits, because I'm sure they'll cost credits too. Now the fleet carriers is all about credits. You have to have 5 billion or more. We're at 10.1 billion. So if the snapshot was taken today for beta 2, it's usually about 2 weeks out, it would be 10.142, possibly 10.15 or even greater. Matters how much I can stand playing in today. So I haven't had a whole lot of sleep in the last few days, so who knows how much I'll be able to get in, but and my work decides a little bit of that too. So yes, come along with me. And fleet carriers, I miss them already. Watch my videos on my personal fleet carrier, my first look series. We go through beta 1. It was very expensive. I had 6.3 as of the snapshot. So in beta 1, started with 6.3 billion. It ate every penny of it. And I even had to go to Sothis mining and pick up some missions and deliver them just to buy all of the services that I wanted. And I wound up with probably about 500 million extra after I purchased all the modules or services that I wanted, and had a full fuel tank, and I had 864, I believe is 864 or 834 tons of tritium in storage, and it cost me 127 million a week for the upkeep, which Frontier has announced that that'll be dropping by 85.5% for beta 2. So that's awesome. The services cost over $1 billion to add. If you do all of them but the black market, it was over $1 billion. So, and they said that they're going to cut that by 35 to 45%. So it probably will still cost roughly 700 million, 5 to 700. But they did drop it, and a big fuss in the forums was about the build up and the cooldown time before and after hyperspace jumps. It was an hour before, and beta 2 it'll be 15 minutes. Cooldown was an hour. Beta 2 it'll be 5 minutes. So that's really nice. Universal cartographics will show up on the fleet carrier on the next beta 2. So we're really excited about that. I have put in my plea for material traders. I mean, they cost you additional credits to get them put on your fleet carrier anyway, like universal cartographics. So, you know, why not the material traders? I'd like to have that on my carrier. My goal is the 5 billion. Put or buy all of the services, so that'll be another, say, 700 million, or say 6 billion total. I want to put at least a $500 million of tritium on the fleet carrier. So we'll go out to Edmondson High in the Beta Hydrae system. As soon as we buy the fleet carrier, we'll go out there, and if you watched Beta 1, we picked up about 1,000 tons both from Sothis Mining and from Edmondson High, but Edmondson High had 247,000 tons for sale. So we're going to load up first day. Boom, we're going out there loading up 16,000 tons, filling up the fuel tank, and then coming back to the Sothis Cios area. The reason I stay around the Sothis Cios area most of the time is because 90% of that 10.142 billion was made here. It is a pirate convention here. I get up to 7 interdictions in one super cruise run in Cios by delivering palladium and gold. Drives me crazy. Anything over 4 is, or anything over 3 is excessive. I mean, it's sinfully excessive. It's insanely excessive. So, by how many interdictions I get in a single super cruise run is how much I like the game that day. I have over 2,300 hours in this game. I have 2 elite statuses, 1 in trade, 1 in explorer. Sis right. You see trade elite, explorer elite, and combat only competent. I haven't done any CQC, close combat. I haven't done that. And I probably won't, because that's not my game style. I go after skimmers and stingers on planets with the SRV because it's low risk. You get some cover, like a big rock or a crater or a hill, and they can't shoot back at you because they have to get a lock on the base of your SRV to shoot at you. And if only your turrets are sticking above the hill, rock, or crater, they're like ducks in a barrel. You can just blast them all day. But when you get up to competent, to get 1% on your competent toward expert, it takes like 8 to 9 stinger skimmers kills just to get 1%. So at this rate, it'd probably take forever. So what I do is I have you come along and we grind cargo missions. And you get to see every step, every interdiction. Make sure you got popcorn around because you'll need that to watch all of these interdictions, up to 7 in one super cruise run. And a couple of videos ago, we did see 7. So you got to see those. And I've got 2 other videos that are listed as 7 interdictions. And so watch those. So what we have to do first, we're going to look to see if there's any missions going back to Sothis Mining. We'll pick those up, deliver them at Sothis Mining, if there is any. And then we'll pick up a full load from Sothis Mining. We usually go by the oldest cargo mission first. Now, what they allow you to do is to stack up to 20 missions. Now, my cargo hull is only 280 units. Sis left. So what I do is I come down and pick the oldest one. So we'll pick this one. It's to New Dawn, so we'll just pick New Dawn because we want to take 280 units to New Dawn to maximize our reward. And they give you 24 hours to deliver. I have 7 missions right now, and so I will take, when we get to Sothis and Ceos, I will stack gold and palladium until I'm over, say, 10 to 13, and then I only stack palladium because it pays the most, up to, we'll show you this one, up to 10.5 or 10.491 for 180 units of palladium. That's pretty good. That's how you do it. That's how we get to that 10.1. So what we need to do now is look at the missions board and see if there's any missions going to Sothis, so we get a round trip situation. First thing you have to do is, you see the bar at the bottom of each one of these? That's a reputation bar. You have to max those out. So you take missions like you'll see here. Let me find one that's got reputation. Yeah, here. I don't do a lot of source and return. It's a pain. Let's find one that's not a source and return. Okay, let's say this. You see they pay 1.5 million and 2 reputation notches. Or the one on the far right, they will pay 600,000 and 5 reputation. You have to do that. You have to do the reputation until you max out. The missions will get much bigger, the rewards get much bigger, and you have to do that. Now what this donate does, the donate allows you to get 2 unit missions and 3 unit missions of close to or over 1 million credits. The math per unit is just too good for those. So donate. And the way you donate, let me find one here. These is donate credits to their cause. So each one of them, while you're building it, donate. Yes, it costs, but it'll pay for itself in the long run. And when you find donates, you donate. See what happens here, you got to go find clothing. And you can use like inera.cz, Charles Zinc. And you can look up commodities and put in the system that you're currently in, and it will tell you the closest place that has clothing. So you'd go over there and you would buy 108 units and you'd bring it back to them, and then they will give you reputation. Your reputation with them skyrockets. So that's what we're looking to do in the beginning, but mine are all maxed. So after they're maxed, there's no need to work on the reputation because you're going to get the reputation anyway. You're going to get the 2 notches of reputation every time you run a mission. So it's going to stay maxed. And that's the whole idea. And the major power reputation drops 1% per day that you're not running missions for them. The factions don't. The regular factions. It'll stay up for a long time. Is this right? And 75% is the lowest they go. You can see the Alliance and the Empire are at 75. I haven't been running missions probably in a month for Empire and Alliance, so it stays at about 75%. It drops 1% per day until it gets to 75%. So we're looking for missions back to, and I do not do these 5,000-6,000 missions. The reward per unit is not good. I don't do those. The math just does not work. Okay, there's none back to COs. Oh, Sothis mining. Sys left. Sys left. Go to Sothis mining, pick up a load, and deliver it. And we'll get to, or go over that 10.15. So be sure to look at the video, bottom right, you see a subscribe button. Please press that. Helps me with YouTube, doesn't cost you anything. And you get notified when I create more videos. So please press that. Underneath the video in the description you'll see ways to donate. Please consider donating to our channel. The costs are very high producing 570 plus videos, and equipment and hardware and software and sound equipment and publishing equipment. So please consider that, because it would really help us out, because this really strains our family budget. So if you'd help us out. Underneath the video to the left, you'll see my YouTube channel page, GFM_RDG, where you'll find those 570 plus videos, and it's all since January. It's about 3.5 months worth. My screen recorder records constantly, and as you can tell, I use a VR. And for some, they have complained because it makes them feel nauseous by watching the videos. I'm sorry. I wish that didn't happen. I felt the same way when I first started playing the game, and I could only play 15 to 30 minutes at a time until I got used to it. And you do get used to it over time. So if you watch the video, no more than 15 minutes right at first, and your body will get used to, or your eyes do, get used to watching videos that move. So I use a VR, and it's the same way with VR. When you first get a VR, motion sickness is a problem, and you can only play for 10, 15, 30 minutes at a time, and until you get used to it, and you do, because it doesn't bother me at all anymore, and I don't do anything but VR. Main reason, I can look around my chair and see the cockpit area and see those doors. That's what Space Legs is going to take advantage of. We'll be able to walk around the ship, go through those doors, go back to the cargo area, go where the SRVs are. I don't have SRVs loaded right now. I've got 4 Pythons, and one of them is for planetary exploration, and it has SRVs on it. So I have videos of everything: the engineers, the material traders, places to collect materials, Anaconda destroyed in the station. So if you search Anaconda destroyed, you'll see, while we're in queue to leave the station, an Anaconda right in front of us gets totally blown to bits. And so there's all kinds of things like that. The Guardian surface site to get the Guardian FSD booster, and I have those too. As soon as you get the blueprint, you can buy as many as you want. So all my ships can have one. I have at least 6 or 8 in storage too. and Thargoid surfacite with the scavengers, that if you kill them you get ARXs. Now I didn't kill them, but that's what I understand. So what we need to do is get over to Sothis Mining to pick up a load so we can deliver it. So we can go over that 10.15 billion mark. Everything's about credits. You get to buy all the toys, all the ships, all the modules when you have credits. Well, that's what I'm showing you. That
landing gear retracted.
Ship restraints retracted. Follow the greens on your way out.
That the players with most of the over 5 billion have made it in asteroid mining. I'm not a great asteroid miner. I can do it. It's kind of like fishing. I don't do it for a living, but you know, it's fun. That's kind of the way asteroid mining is for me.
Frameshift drive charging.
Sysview.
Four, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Let's get this load picked up and delivered. Sis left. Yeah, we already had a pirate tell us that he's going to interdict us. How nice. Sysview. Yeah, you need to have that popcorn made when you watch my videos. I'm sure it's a whole lot more enjoyable for you watching than it is for me actually having to go through them. I don't enjoy them quite so much. I do enjoy the credits because I get to buy things like fleet carriers and any ship that I want, or how many I might want. And now, I didn't have as many credits as I would have liked to had in Beta 1. I had 6.3 billion, and that really wasn't close to being enough. I was able to grind some and outfit it the way I wanted, because where, like I was saying before, some can do it with asteroid mining. I'm not as good at with asteroid mining. Not everybody is that great at it. But now cargo missions, yeah, I can do the cargo missions. And that's why what I do is I show you can also do it with cargo missions. There's multiple ways to make the big bucks. It's just what you have to deal with to make them. And there's a grind in about everything. Even the asteroid miners talk about the grind and how boring it is. And I mean, it's okay for an hour, but over that, it's just like with the cargo missions. If I'm not doing videos and having someone to teach, like the video, like the viewers, you know, making it educational, it's extremely boring. That's why I restarted the game twice, or I'd have even more money, even more credits. I've got 2 more accounts now. So if I get the urge to start at the beginning, I can do it in another account and then come back to this one. That's what some people have been saying about, how great the fleet carriers are, because they have multiple accounts and they can land on the fleet carrier from any of their accounts. Because you can put in those commanders as friends or part of a squadron, and or set it up for all. I had mine open to everybody. Sys left.
Docking request granted.
Yeah, I have found that if when you come in, if you max the speed and then try to request docking at 7.5 kilometers, there's several ships that follow me around the galaxy, and that's all they do is try to beat me to docking. Now with the big stations it doesn't matter because they've got so many landing pads, but like these small ones, they only have 1 medium pad, so that's part of the obstacle course of the game. So if you'll come in hot though at near max speed out of Super Cruise and you punch it and then request right at 7.5,
docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Most of the time you'll win that competition to request docking. So everything has to be a competition. Okay. I don't think we have any cargoes. Sys right. Sys right. Nope. And see, they have a door over there, 3D. With space legs, you could probably get out of the ship, walk over there, and open that door. So that would be pretty cool. Sys left. So we go for the oldest mission, and we have like a 7-hour. It is help 2 of 132 palladium. See, our missions are running kind of short, so we're going to have to pick up some in a little bit after we load our cargo hull to New Dawn. Sys left. See, we're down to 7. Boom, 180 palladium. And we can't carry all of it.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
At least we're within 7.5. Let's see what we got. Sys left. Sys left. Yeah, we're not going to make it. This is 6.2. But we'll be close, and that's the main thing, is just getting close. We'll be like within a maybe 1.2 million of it. So the next video after this one will be at 10.2. So this will be the 10.15, even though we'll be about 1.2 million or 1.3 million from it. So I run 2 to 3 missions in between sometimes. Between the 50 million, it just has to do with what missions are available and things like that. We can take gold since we have so few missions. See, I'll even take the golds when it's low. Not the cobalts or the rutiles per unit, they just don't pay that well. And the silver really doesn't either. What pays the most is palladium and gold. Palladium first. And all we're doing is accepting them because our cargo hold is full. But that's for future times we come to Sothis Mining to pick up missions, and sometimes there's no missions available. So that's why you need to load them up. It's called stacking missions. And you'll get criticized for it. But why are you running missions? You're running missions to make the big bucks. So you can buy fleet carriers. And these planets with the sun coming over, that's all planetary stuff. Because of the pirates, I don't do as much planetary ones like Sinclair Market. If there was no pirates, I would do the Sinclair Market all the time. Also, all the time. Okay. Sys left. So we have 10 instead of 7. And going to New Dawn. Be sure to look to the bottom right of the screen and press that subscribe button. Helps me with YouTube, doesn't cost you anything, and you get notified when I create more videos.
Landing gear retracted. Ship released. Engines engaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Underneath the video in the description, you'll find ways to donate. Please consider donating. Doing all these videos, 570 plus videos, puts a strain on our family's budget.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
With all of the equipment and storage equipment we have to have, and audio equipment and publishing equipment, all of that. Underneath the video to the left, you'll see my YouTube channel page, GFM_RDG, where you'll find those 570 plus videos as of the publication of this video. And they're all within the last 3.5 months. So it's all newer content. I will drop to the bottom of the blue bar, throttle bar, and that will usually cause them to go ahead and hit us. Plus, for me, it's easier down there when I go that slow. Keeps them from throwing me in the nearby planets as much, except for when the throttle sticks, which happens all the time. Spend 55 million on a ship and its throttle sticks in Super Cruise, or while you're being interdicted. Really, an obstacle course mentality. And the purists don't like you to say anything negative about Elite Dangerous ever, no matter what. That's not happening. So you don't get changes unless you complain about things, like with the fleet carriers. If it was just the purist, we'd still be paying 127 million a week for the upkeep on fleet carriers. It's the complainers that cause Frontier to lower the price. Sis left. See, complaining sometimes squeaky wheel gets the grease type syndrome. Helps to make things better. If we just had the purist, we wouldn't have universal cartographics coming in beta 2 to the fleet carriers, because everything would have been great even without it to them. No, it's not great. It's okay. And like they said over 10 years ago, and I wasn't playing 10 years ago, but over 10 years ago, the interdictions were far worse than they are now. And if it was up to the purist, it would still be that way, because they would never say anything negative about anything. I'm not one of them. That's why in the description it says, I bring you the good, the bad, and the ugly. Now that might be in my adventures, but it might. I think it might say that in this one too. In one of them it says that.
DeLacy, Romeo Golf, India.
Sis left.
We're happy to have you, Commander. Priority access will be granted upon request. Approved for access. Proceed to landing pad 4-5. Acknowledged, Commander. Clear for assisted docking.
See, I have to do different things all the time because I have ADD, attention deficit. Because I've got things going in my head all the time in 100 different directions. And so it's hard for me to do the same thing over and over and over again. But with the videos, it makes it a little bit easier. And with the content coming up, knowing the only way you're going to get to play with that content is to grind, I can be motivated to grind a little bit. And I've had several people contact me and say it's helped them to grind, to watch my videos where we grind.
Landing gear deployed.
It motivates them to grind too, and that's awesome. I'm glad. Because if you grind in this game, it only improves this game for you. Because it's all about credits.
Landing operation complete. Dispatching ground crew. Station facilities are at your disposal, Commander.
See how close we get. I think we only have one full mission and we got a partial on the other. I really should have skipped that 180 and went to a smaller mission. But it doesn't have to be right on 10.5. See, it's like 1.4. So I just wanted to get really close. See, this one, this is, if we would have been able to deliver the whole thing, this would have been a 10.5 million. Well, it will be on the next, one of the next videos. Well, it probably won't be a video, because between the 10 millions, I run them. I grind them myself. Is this right? Okay. Let's get back to Sothis mining and we'll end the video there. Sis left. And let's look. What's our oldest? Yeah, 14 hours. So we're doing much better now. That's the whole thing. I like keeping them above 12 hours. So I can work on editing now, and I can publish some of the ones I've already recorded. But let's go ahead and go to Sothis Mining. where we'll be ready to pick up additional missions.
Landing gear retracted.
Clear of the landing pad. Regulate speed until outside the exclusion zone.
But be sure to press that subscribe button in the lower right hand corner. Helps me with YouTube, doesn't cost you anything, and you're notified when I make additional videos, which are all the time. So check out my channel and the uploaded section, so it shows the latest videos that I uploaded, and watch them, especially the last 2 weeks, and especially the my personal fleet carrier, my first look. Check those out.
See channel
Incoming
open.
mission
Submit a
critical
request if you wish
message.
to dock at this facility,
Frameshift
Commander.
drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage.
Check out my YouTube channel, GFM_RDG, to find those 570 plus missions just from the last 3.5 months. And the About tab gives you my contact email if you wish not to respond on the comment section but want to send me an email.
Incoming mission critical message.
And we have an interdictor, yep, because on the ship he's always looking for. And they just live here in Sothis and Ceos and wait for me to show up. Because if you check out my bounty hunting videos, it's all about skimmer and stingers. It's not about NPCs, which are computer generated characters, and real pilots. I don't do bounty hunting on all that. You see the enemies are solid squares. That means I'm in solo. It means those are not real people. They're computer generated, the solids. That's why when we go to the planets and do planet exploration and our ship comes down, it's hollow because it's owned by a real player. I don't do open. I have enough trouble with NPCs, and they drive me crazy enough. I certainly don't need a real player that's 10 times more competent than a NPC to be trying to pirate me. And in open, it's pretty much just become a pirate haven. And you see it on the forums all the time. Those pirates begging people to play open so they can kill them. It's like, really? Oh yeah, I want to play a game where I'm the sheep led to slaughter. Yeah. Sure, what the heck? I like dying. Not. Sis left. See, I've been playing for probably over 8 months, and I died twice, and that was on the second day. I haven't died since. because I just don't get into the dying part. It just doesn't sound real good. So if you get knocked out of the interdiction, maximize your power, your throttle. Boost as often as you can. It's like a capacitor. It has to charge and then you can boost again. So every time you can boost. Go right to left, up and down, so they have more trouble hitting you with their thermal weapons. And use your heat sinks. You see at the left I have all those heat sinks. Use a heat sink. Use one at a time. You don't need to waste them. And because you might need them. It'll cool your ship down enough that you can get back into Super Cruise. And then they'll interdict you all over again. So isn't that wonderful? Doesn't that why people jump up in the morning and play Elite Dangerous? Because they get to be interdicted up to 7 times in one Super Cruise run from the star to the station. Yeah, just like they wish when they went to the grocery store that someone would carjack them 7 times every time they go to the grocery store or go to work. Yeah, everybody would look forward to that. Why not? Yeah, we got an interdictor right at the last second. That's what you got to watch when you're next to a planet, because they will try to throw you into the planet. So a lot of times I'll pull down and go ahead and just get them out of the way. I hardly ever lose the interdiction, but it has happened. I've hit the wrong button, which I'm really good at hitting wrong buttons. And might have another one. And this is in Sothis. What's the deal with that? Yep, we got another one. Boy, we never get this many in Sothis. That means the missions must be fixing to get really crazy. This will be 3 in Sothis. I hardly ever get 3 in Sothis. See, they're trying to take us toward that planet. They want to run you into it. Will there be 4? Are we going to get 7 in Sothis? This game gets very viral at times. It's when I enjoy it far less when it gets that way. Sis left.
Docking request granted.
Sis up. But 99% of my viewers want to see Elite Dangerous. I have the ultimate fishing simulator where there's no interdictions, there's no pirates,
Landing gear deployed.
and the fish don't shoot at you. Wow, what a concept. And VR pinball. And there's no interdictions in VR pinball either. And they don't shoot at you. What a concept.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
But 90% of my viewers are not in Ultimate Fishing Simulator and in VR pinball. Is this right? Well, until we get to that 10.2, and hopefully you watch that one. I'll grind the few that's left, the 1.4 plus up to 50 million, till we get close to that 10.2, and then I'll create another video for you to watch. Again, thank you for watching. Press that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything, but you get notified when I make another video, and it does help me out eventually with YouTube, because they have such a large minimum that they require. I'm not even close to their minimum yet, so I need all the help I can get. Underneath the video in the description, please press that, or not press it, but see the ways to donate. So please consider donating, because the costs are so high creating these videos. And there's over 570 plus videos in the YouTube channel GFM_RDG, and plenty to watch. They're within the last 3.5 months, so it's all newer content. So check out my videos, and check out my videos coming up, because as I find out more about fleet carriers, space legs, planetary personal bases, and landing on planets with atmosphere, I'll bring that information to you too. So until next time, thank you for watching.